Hey, and welcome to Yodi's Table. Today we'll be making this Hamli, also known as mustard greens and referred to as Cumin in Amharic. This is video 3 of 9 of our Tzom series, and it will be posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, if you want to learn how to make this specific dish, please stay tuned. Catch you in a jiffy. Alrighty. In order to get started with our Hamli, here are all the ingredients we'll be using. So here I have 2 bunches of mustard greens, but of course you can use greens of your choice, like turnip or collard greens. Here I have a half an onion chopped, 1 jalapeno, 5 cloves of garlic, half a teaspoon of cumin. We'll also be using our avocado oil and this Vegeta seasoning. Of course, if you don't have access to this, you can use salt as a replacement. Alrighty, let's get to it. To start, we're gonna go ahead and turn our burner on to a medium-high heat. So I have my stovetop on a 3.5, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop our onions in. We want our onions to sweat out a bit and some of the moisture to be absorbed before we add any of our oil. So let these soften and we'll be back. Once the onions have sweated out some and they're starting to stick to the bottom a smidge, we're gonna go ahead and add some of our oil. And so I'm gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons to start. More like 2 tablespoons. So we want our onions to soften and get a tad bit of color on them. So once our onions reach about this color, so they're slightly golden, we'll go ahead and add our garlic in. We want our garlic to meld with our onions and get a slight bit of color, but once it becomes aromatic, we'll go ahead and add our greens in. So now that our onions have the color, our garlic has some aroma, we're gonna go ahead and add our greens in. And so I do have the ends in here as well, and do note that I did wash these extremely well and chop them up myself, so just be mindful that you do want to give these a good wash before using them. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my greens in the pot because they do wilt down significantly. And we can mix these around a bit so that way our onions don't burn at the bottom. And we can also season at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss my cumin in, as well as about 2 teaspoons of my Vegeta seasoning. And we'll let this wilt down and do a taste test to make sure that it's seasoned properly. I'm gonna go ahead and also toss my jalapeno in, just kind of shove it in there. And we can put a lid on this and allow this to cook because of course with the greens, they have their own moisture, and so some of that will come out and cook them thoroughly. So we're gonna let that go for approximately 15 to 20 minutes and then go ahead and check on it. Let me just grab myself. I'm gonna use just slightly more salt. I'll put about a teaspoon in there. And this is just regular salt, not the Vegeta seasoning. Give this a nice mix. And you can see that as it starts to cook, it starts to get a deeper green color. And so we're gonna allow this to cook for another, I would say 5 to 10 minutes and be done. That's the best thing about Habesha dishes, AKA East African, is, I mean, you can put dishes together in no time with very little ingredients, but the flavors go a mile away. So it's been about 10 minutes and we'll go ahead and check on our Hamli. And that looks perfect and smells even better. And so at this point we can go ahead and turn our heat off and give it one last taste. And that is stellar. And so you can go ahead and serve this up with some injera or some bread, some pita bread. Love it. But there you have it, our Hamli. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace until next time.